My name is Joshua Peltier, and this is Communicate with Josh.
When you talk and you don't know what to say, if you speak and your thoughts get in the way, hey, make sure that you don't catch a loss. Say what? Do yourself a favor and communicate with Josh. One time.
Communicate with Josh.
Two time. Communicate with Josh. Background. Communicate with Josh. That's me.
I speak at a lot of different places, from detention centers to halfway houses, all the way to schools, preschools, churches even. And it's always fascinating to me after I'm done giving a speech or giving a class that someone will come up to me and ask me a question. And I always think this is amazing because you never know how much of your information is getting through to the individual. You know, you can nod, you can pay attention, you can give off the nonverbals, but once somebody comes up to you afterwards and have a conversation with you, then you feel as though you've somewhat connected with the people. I always ask myself, how do I communicate approachability? The fact that the people feel safe, they feel secure, they feel calm, and they feel comfortable enough to come up and say something to me afterwards is really nice. I really appreciate it because that means that I must be giving off a certain vibe that says it's okay to talk to me. Have you ever been in a situation where someone has been unapproachable, or have they been standoffish? What type of feedback do you receive afterwards? And if you look at it in the broad picture, is being standoffish going to help you in any form or fashion? If you're a parent, are you communicating approachability to your child? If you're a student, are you communicating approachability to your professor or your teacher? And if you're in law enforcement, are you communicating approachability to your community? How do you communicate approachability?
It's that approachability basically is the icebreaker to move into dealing with whatever issue that may be coming up of that particular time. Whether it's someone who wants to talk to me about their house getting broken into, or whether it's someone that's a community leader that wants to talk about some of the overreaching problems that we have here with crime issues or with blight in the community. You've got to be approachable, and you've got to be open and willing to discuss any issue that someone may come forward with. And a lot of times, if the leader will just sit down and talk to the person, because most of the time people just want to be heard. They want someone basically to vent to talk about whatever they feel like the shortcoming of the particular entity is, and once that's done, and once they get an assurance that one, that we're going to get on this, two, that if we did wrong, we'll admit it and we'll change our practices, whether it's us at the sheriff's office or Walmart or any store or any entity, people feel better. From spring through fall, we're in neighborhoods all over this community, and it's not necessarily a neighborhood where there's a lot of crime or anything like that. It's just one that we'll pick and say, let's go and take a walk, and that really establishes that contact with the residents. But the one thing it does is it establishes the contact with the kids. We'll start off a walk, and it'll just be us, and before you know it, a couple of kids will be out playing, and we'll stop, and we always will give them a little book bag that has some, a little candy, but some school supplies, pens, pencils, paper, and some little brochures and things that they can give to their parents to talk about crime prevention and all these other things. And so you establish that bond. So by the time we've walked down the couple of blocks, we'll have 15, 20, or 30 kids following along with us, and some of the parents and things like that. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build that bond and build that relationship with the kids, so that when they see us in that setting, in uniform and the sheriff's cars and all, then at another time that we may be in their neighborhood for an enforcement action, that they don't see us in a negative light. In my work in the community and in my work out advancing the causes of the sheriff's office and advancing the causes of our community, you've got to be approachable, and you've got to be open, you've got to be approachable, you've got to be welcoming, you have to be inclusive, and you have to be empathetic. And so approachability is probably the bedrock of being able to solve issues.
Understanding, I have been at several events with this man, and there's three things that I have noticed. One, if you have something to say to him, make sure you have it prepared because he will have an answer. Two, if you plan on speaking with him, you must wait until the end because he stays until the entire program is over. And three, if you want to talk to him, you must take a number and get in line.
Hello, I'm Sheriff David Davis, and I communicate with Josh, and so should you.
Thank you for following us on Instagram at Communicate with Josh. We ask that you continue to email us at communicatewithjosh@gmail.com and follow us and like us and subscribe us on YouTube with Communicate with Josh. There will be a link right there, the subscribe button. Just click it and that joins your work. Just follow the arrow right now. Every single thing is communication, and communication is everything. If you're going to communicate, you might as well do it effectively. My name is Joshua Peltier. I communicate with Josh, and so should you.